So recently I solo traveled to Penang and I got this question a lot from the people that I know. So they were asking me things like, hey, how can you do this alone? How can you go to Penang alone? How can you drive alone for 700 kilometers? And how can you eat alone while you can sleep alone? And why do you love solo travel so much? So I got this a lot whenever I travel alone. So I thought, it would be good to do a video to cover all this. So the next time when someone asks me all these questions, and I'll just forward them this link. And so that's the first purpose of this video, to answer to all those questions that people ask me, like why do I like solo travel so much? And secondly, I hope that this video can inspire anyone who have been thinking about solo travel. Hopefully this video will really inspire you to take action to try it at least once. Yeah, I don't think you will regret it. How I started solo travel. I started solo travel back in June 2018, and one fine day I was actually having a chat with one of my colleagues who have been solo travel for quite many times, and he was actually describing his experiences, and he encouraged me to try it at least once, which I thought, yeah, actually that's true. I should try it at least once for me to give my own verdict. So I have been listening to stories, other people's stories, but it's never about my own experience. So you will never know whether you like it or not until you try it. So never try, never know. Yeah. So with that in mind, I made my first booking to Siem Reap, Cambodia. Yeah, so that was my first solo travel country. As it was my first time doing solo travel, I wasn't 100% sure that I would be able to do it at that point of time. And hence, when it comes to the country selection, it was based on few factors. So the first one is, of course, based on cost efficiency. So to avoid, spending too much money to do something that I at the end I don't really like it. It's quite bad. So I choose somewhere with lower cost to start off, and somewhere nearer to your origin country. And thirdly, in terms of the travel duration, it should be somewhere with a shorter travel duration, like for example 4 days 3 nights would be sufficient kind of places. Another contributing factor for me to choose Cambodia and Siem Reap specifically was that one of my bucket list is to visit all the wonders of the world. So Angkor Wat is actually part of the wonders of the world, hence I was choosing it. So after the 4 days 3 nights trip in Siem Reap, Cambodia, I instantly felt regret about why did I just choose 4 days 3 nights. It's definitely not enough. So right after I came back to Malaysia, the first thing I do was to book the next trip to Taiwan. So which is Siem Reap was June 2018 and Taiwan is actually September. So it's my birthday trip to Taichung and Taipei. So it was 11 days 10 nights. So that's when my solo travel addiction started. So why do I enjoy solo travel so much? Firstly and most importantly is the freedom. The freedom to do whatever I want, the freedom to do whatever I like, the freedom to stay somewhere that I like for however long that I want. To me, that's like the best thing ever, and it is something that you can't really do so if you're traveling with friends and families, because you have others to accommodate to, right? It's no longer just about yourself. You have to take care of the other people's feeling. So do they really like this place? Do they really like this cuisine? Do they really, want to walk so much? So to me, that's like the biggest reason why I enjoy solo travel so much, is because I don't need to accommodate to anyone except myself. So another point is my travel style. My travel style is actually quite extreme and adventurous and quite hectic, I would say, because I'm the kind of person that will make full use of my time when I travel. So as a result, I woke up early in the morning, I travel whole day, I explore whole day, and I get back to hotel late at night, just so that I can explore as much as I could when I was there in that country. And with this, I got a lot of feedback and different opinions from other people that says things like, vacation, you're supposed to take a rest, you're supposed to rest your mind, rest your soul, rest your body, and you shouldn't make yourself too tired, and etc. But to me, I think otherwise. For me, travel itself is really a way of relaxing my mind. So I don't mind getting tired from traveling. I feel that it's totally fine. That's when I feel very fruitful. And another mindset is that, hello, I traveled so far and I spent so much money to this trip. It's not for me to sleep at the hotel and rest my mind and my soul, because if I want to do that, I might as well just sleep at home lah. Why do I come so far, right? So that is the mindset. I can never accept myself doing things like that when I'm traveling. Unless that destination, the travel destination, is some chalet or beach resort. When you go to a beach trip, you can't really do much things, and that kind of travel is fine for me to take a rest. But if we are going to somewhere like cities like Tokyo, Seoul, and etc., Taipei and all, I can never accept myself doing things like that, like having a nap midday. I love to walk, and I really love to walk. So the walking distance that I'm referring here is not just about 200 to 500 kind of walking distance. Mine is actually measured based on km. So to give you a better picture of how extreme I can get, is that I walk for almost 100 km per trip in 3 countries. So I've tried that, and it's really crazy. I was shocked, but yeah, that's really what I did back then. It was Seoul, Korea, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Yeah, and to me, I feel the best way to travel is by food. Yeah. That's when you get to explore. That's when you get to discover a lot of hidden gems along the way. So imagine if you are taking a cab or taking a Grab, or you're driving, you will end up only going from point A to point B, but you missed out the one in between. But if you are walking, you'll be able to discover all the hidden gems along the alleys. That's what I did. So when you're walking, it's not just about from point A to point B. It's actually point A, A1, A2, A3, A4, and etc. until point B. So I feel that that's the joy of walking during travel. Yeah. Okay, so being able to connect with the locals is definitely one of the biggest reasons for me to choose to solo travel. So it is also something that you can't really do so if you're traveling with your friends, families, or your partner. if you're traveling with your friends and families, most likely you would just stick with your own gang and you would just stick to your friends and your families, and it is less likely for you to start a conversation with the strangers as opposed to a solo traveler. Yeah, so to me, that's the beauty of solo traveling. Get to really understand the local culture by chatting with them. So I did that in all the countries that I've been to, and I really had a very memorable chat with most of them. I always wish to travel to countries that are terribly misunderstood by a lot of people, because to me, every country has its own uniqueness. So it is really unfair for me to scrap it off from my list just because of the opinions or the perceptions from other people. So I feel we should just take suggestions and reviews with just a pinch of salt, and you should experience it yourself to be able to give your own verdict. So all in all, solo travel actually shapes me into a more independent kind of person, because when it comes to solo travel, I'm the captain of my own destiny. So I have to navigate myself, I have to settle everything myself, I have to solve problems myself, and I think it's quite a good training that I can get from solo travel. And it also taught me to be more open-minded, more approachable, and I'm actually becoming more extroverted when it comes to travel. I actually talk to strangers in a bar, I initiate conversations with people that I came across with. That makes my solo travel really memorable. I really enjoy that because that's when I get to connect with the locals, and of course all the memorable experiences that I collected along the way. It's gonna be something that I will remember until the day I die. So there's this saying that I really like and I wish to share with you. It's regarding the definition of new luxury. So new luxury these days is no longer about how expensive is the stuff that you own. It's no longer about how expensive is your branded bag, how expensive is your supercar, how many houses you own, but the memorable experiences that you have collected along the way. And it's all the experiences that make you a richer person spiritually. So thanks for watching, and I really hope that this video will inspire those of you who are looking to start solo travel next year, hopefully, when coronavirus is gone. Alright, so like I said, try not to be so affected by what other people think of solo travel in general. I know that it's still not very widely accepted yet, especially for female traveler, but think of it in a way that it's your life, it's not their life, right? So you have to try it for your own and give your own verdict. If you're not sure if you will like it, just try to go somewhere nearer and go for a shorter duration, test it out and see whether you like it or not. And if you like it, you can actually book for a next trip, which is a longer duration, just like what I did previously. Yeah. Yes, so that concludes my video. So I really wish to compile some of the footages that I have recorded in the past travel experiences, but the issue is most of my videos are actually recorded in IG story format, which is 9:16, so I have to convert them all into 16:9, which is gonna take some time, but I really wish to get it up as soon as possible so that it helps to change a bit of perception of solo travel. Solo travel is definitely not boring. It's so fun and adventurous, and I'm gonna show you that in detail. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.